this afternoon, we check in with Mr. Remember It Well, Tony Simmons. Tony, how you doing?
Good morning, Bruce. Doing great. Yeah, we've had breakfast, and I'm ready for the day now.
Oh, good. And it's going to be a good day. Yesterday wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't. We had some rain, a little rain down here in Douglas, and it's 72 degrees right now here in Douglas, so that's beat 78 or 79.
Boy, it sure does. Absolutely. Well, listen, I told you about the gentleman calling me this morning about the June bug.
Yes, sir. That brought back some memories for this old country boy right here. When we used, as kids, we would, about June, July, there'd be lots of June bugs flying around, and we'd get one and tie a string to one of the legs, and then let the string out and just let it fly around and around and around. Our pastime. Our pastime.
And some of the EL.com people said that was the original drone.
Yeah. Or getting what we call lightning bugs and fireflies and putting them in your mama's and our mother's mason jars with a lid on it.
Sure.
And let them light up at night.
Absolutely.
Almost be like a flashlight.
I just wonder if many youngsters do that nowadays, do they?
I never hear of them. I never hear of them. I sure don't. Or how about rolling an old tire down the road or out in the yard? Just roll it and then have a stick kind of guiding it, make sure everything goes the way we want it to go. We could do that for a long time. We could do that just about every day. Or get one of those old tires and tie, if you was lucky enough to find a rope long enough, get up in a big old tree and go out there a little bit on the limb and tie it to the limb, big old limb. And then we'd have that as our swing. That was our swing, and lots of pastimes there, too.
Golly, swinging back and forth.
And then, boys, we used to do this. We'd tie down at Marley, we'd tie an old tire with a big old rope and tie it out to a tree over Dry Creek there and get on it and swim, just to go out on the water and then drop down, on it. We just have a big old rope. Just have a big old rope out there.
Yeah, that's it.
And that was lots of pastime in the summertime for us.
Did y'all have a great deal of creeks around your place?
Did we have lots of what?
Did you have lots of creeks and streams?
Well, yeah, we did. Of course, our swimming hole was the Piney Hole down on Martley Road between the double bridges. Now one of those bridges have been closed.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd go down there with the old red mill and go down the side of the bank and then go across the creek there on a rock where it wouldn't be too much water. And there's always a big old deep swimming hole down there. And Daddy, with all of us boys, we would work hard in the fields, and then about 3 o'clock, we'd go down there. That's why we could take our bath. Swimming, we'd take our bath in the old swimming hole. And it's always under a shade tree, and it was cold. I don't care. In the summertime, that water was cold. It's part of Skird Creek.
Wasn't it pleasant? It really was.
Creek.
Yeah. Boy, now that area used to flood a lot whenever we have a heavy rain, didn't it?
Well, water would come up close to the bridge, but no, I never did know any flood down there. Lots of water would come down, and LG Blue had an old killer merchandise store station there. And he had a big old picture window at the back of his store, and it was built up there where they built blocks up. And you could go back there and see where the two creeks, Whipplewheel and Skirm, merged. And that water, it would be something to see that, when it's raining. It really was. But that's lots of good memories right there. Mr. LG Blue and Miss Rena store there. Lots of people shop with them there.
Boy, that's for sure. That's for sure.
And then us kids would play hide-go-seek, That didn't require anything other than just us. find the ones that's hiding.
Absolutely.
That was good.
More
playing cow pasture softball or baseball. Go out and get, if we're lucky enough to find a bat and softball, go out on Sunday afternoons. The community, many community members would go over to Buster and Gladys Roden's house, sit out there under the shade tree, and see their kids out there playing cow pasture ball.
Yeah.
In a whole place, and we'd get out there and play ball on Sunday afternoons, just all during the summer months, after the summer months, and that was a good pastime too on the weekend.
Golly, that's true. It just seems like it was yesterday too.
Yeah. Now talk about Martland. I've seen a picture of when they used to have a big annual picnic up on the creek banks up there on the creek that used to, it still goes across Bartley Cutoff Road as you head between the old Bartley School Building and the cemetery. But I've seen they used to have a big annual picnic, my daddy said, whenever he was younger up there, and people would come up there. They'd kind of dressed up a little bit. They'd put their finest clothes on and bring a basket lunch, and they'd have their tailgates on their trucks, and that's how they would have a big annual picnic. And I like that. That's a good memory. I wish that tradition had continued.
Do you suppose the young folks are just too busy to do that nowadays?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they is. They are. I host our reunion every year, and we lucky enough to get, quite a bit of our family.
Mm-hmm. You surely are, yeah.
I just think when my generation's gone, the reunions like that I have coordinated for the last 38 years will be gone.
Oh.
We had my uncle and aunt, Uncle Holloway and Aunt Lee and Simmons Abney. They hosted it at their house third Sunday in May, which we still have it. When I was a little boy, we'd go up there. We'd go to decoration at the Martin Cemetery. Then about 11 o'clock, everybody would leave the cemetery, go home and get their basket lunch and take it up there, and they'd have a big old table set up, I guess, on some type of stand, and we'd serve the food out there on the big old shade trees, and we would eat, and I just remember that. And then they got old and quit having it, and they died, and we went several years without having it, and my boys, David and Jason, didn't even know who their cousins were. So I started back in 1985, and we had it every year except two during the pandemic. We didn't have it during the COVID-19 pandemic, but we got it started back and trying to build it back up.
Golly. Well, what's the date for it next year?
It'll be third Sunday in May.
Oh, third Sunday in May. Golly.
Third Sunday in May. It'll be at the North Broad Street Church of Christ Fellowship Hall.
Man,
we sent out cards. I still use postal cards.
Yeah, you surely did.
They're up to about 63 cents each now.
Yeah.
But I remember being able to go to the post office and ask the postman there, give me a penny postcard.
Yeah, penny postcard.
Penny postcard. But anyway, but that reunion is something that and any of the family, any of our friends that's listening that knows us, knows me, or knows any of the family members, they're welcome to come. The more the better.
Oh,
we take a big group picture, usually posted in the Advertising Gleam and Sacramento Reporter. So you're in the picture.
Yeah, we'll begin to talk about it then about the middle of April.
All right.
Doggone. I know a lot of folks listening would love to share ideas with you. If you don't mind, tell us how to get an idea of what to remember to you.
Right, to have access to the internet, they can access me at Tony R. Simmons 48 at yahoo.com. I think that 48 comes from the year I was born in 48.
Okay.
And then if they're on Facebook, they can Facebook message me. If they're not my Facebook friend, they can still message me. They don't have to be my friend, but they can go ahead and message me. And if they want to be my friend, I've got about 5,000, and that's all lead them, and we add new people. So, but I like to have new friends. You know, friends means a lot to me. I'd rather have friends than money. But,
oh man, I know. A little bit of both is great, though.
Yeah, it's good to have both of them. But,
it is indeed. Golly, Tony, thanks. Here it is. Look at that, almost 16 after 8. This is the shortest 9 minutes in radio, I think.
It sure is. I'll talk with you next Tuesday, okay?
Hey, thank you, Tony. We appreciate you. Bye-bye. All right. Every Tuesday, Tony and Recollections on 95.9.